Defamation, ever heard the term? While I'm sure some of you may, for those of you who don't, hopefully this helps you out. Defamation is when you publicly degrade someone's character, and that's whether it's written, better known as libel, or spoken, more commonly called slander. As for the difference between the two, attorney Wayne Munroe explains.
A libel is basically written defamation, slander is spoken transient defamation. And defamation really is what we call a tort of breaching your duty of care with regard to somebody's character. So defamation is when you basically say something untrue that lowers me in the esteem and thinking of right-thinking persons.
Now, if you're wondering what matters could end up in court, you may want to listen up.
If you accuse somebody of committing a crime that is punishable by imprisonment, or you thief, you do this, anything that you could go to jail for, and it's not true, they could sue you without proving that they've lost $1. If you accuse them of being infected with a contagious or infectious disease, how many people walk around talking about this one get AIDS, the next one get AIDS? That's slander that's actionable without proof of any loss. And if you disparage somebody in what is called their office, profession, calling, or trade, he is a no good, lousy lawyer or accountant or whatever, that's actionable without proving that you've lost $1.
So who can sue for defamation, and how does the court determine how much you get?
Anyone can sue who is defamed, and that's anybody. Now, there are defenses to defamation, make no mistake about it, but anyone can sue. And how much you get will depend on the nature of the defamatory statement, how widely it was carried, what impact it has on you.
And here's some tips for you fellow journalists out there.
Times newspaper case, if as a journalist you get information, you can in fact defend if you took all reasonable steps to verify it, and if you gave a reasonable opportunity to the other person to speak to you about it. So if somebody says, oh, they saw Munroe with a bunch of women, if I took offense to something like that and you say, is that true? And I tell you, no, that's absolutely not true. I can prove it's not true, and if you print it, I'll sue you, and you still go ahead and print it, then you have a problem. If you say, look, we have this information, and I say, man, I'm not going to bother myself with you, do what you feel like you could do, then you can print it. And if it turns out not to be true, then the court will look at what steps you took to verify it in terms of checking your sources, and it will look at the fact that you did give me an opportunity to respond and to deal with it, and I refuse to do that.
So until next week, I'm Sasha Lightborn, and now you know you're right.